Hopefully you guys enjoyed yesterday's day of 2. Excuse me. I don't really talk today yet. But today is the day of 7. Now we're in that day of God and supreme mathematics. 7 deals with the Libra scales or the Ova scales and astrology. This is where we're dealing with law, justice, truth, and righteousness. Also having a sense of balance and harmony in your interpersonal relationships, your bonds and contracts. When it comes to the air energy, Libra, the 7 is the most interpersonal. So you're really focusing on me and one other thing, me and one other person, me and one other contract. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we're dealing with on the 7. 7 is also Venusian in regards to the Netarus as well as the Tree of Life, because this is when we get into Netzach. This is the celestial designer making things beautiful. So it's about tapping into your creative self, whatever you find beauty in, whatever you value or prioritize, things of that nature is what we're getting into to the day. Today is a great day for my people that's born on the day of 7. That's whether it's 7, what is it, 16 and 25. This is a great day for you guys to tap into your celestial designer. This is also, you know, for my hermits in the back, 7 is a very isolated solitude type of number. Just be mindful of your motivation for going in isolation or solitude. Having a balance, again, interpersonal relationships can also be interpersonal relationships with the parts of yourselves as well. 7 in numerology realm also deals with getting tapped into your spiritual self and, you know, exploring yourself on that realm of things. So, you know, that can take a lot of alone time because you're the one that's in your body. And we just, again, coming back to the Libra scales, it's balance. Find balance. Don't get too sucked up in that. Don't make it your personality. Okay? Just like extroversion shouldn't be your personality, so shouldn't the introversion, because it's like you go inward, you do all the work and you're not applicating it. So what good is it if you're not applicating it out here in the realms, you know, for the collective consciousness, right? So you take that 7 and we're going to put it into the month of 5. This is the month of enforcement. This is the month of Herakahuti, Ogun, Mars energy. You know, 5 deals with that in the Netarus and in the Tree of Life. This is where we are enforcing that Mayat, that internal law that we created during the month of 4, which was Chesed. So of course we want to enforce what we do with the 7. If I design something, I want to enforce it. You know what I'm saying? 5 also deals with Leo's confidence and courageousness. Now we get into Leo's creativity. We're tapped into the inner child of Leo, which is makes everything simple and moves in forgiveness and a sense of resilience that a lot of people don't really understand after they go through all these different years of indoctrination and challenges, etc., etc., right? So we're going to enforce that, and that brings us to 1 and 2, which is knowledge and wisdom. So now we have knowledge and wisdom. Hey, VR. Hey, Mustafa. Peace to everybody that's on TikTok. Hey, Fabrice. Hey, Michael. So now we're at knowledge and wisdom. 1 is taking initiative, taking action, the ketters, getting the downloads from the cosmos. Wisdom is the exercise of it, which will bring us to understanding. So if we start enforcing that 7, that's what it's going to bring us. We're going to get those downloads. We're going to go exercise them. We're going to get the results back, and it's going to bring us to a sense of understanding, expression, creation, emotional, you know, attachment to what it is we started enforcing. So now we're at a 3, right? 3 is also Bina, which is the challenges that come in our space to give us the discipline and order that we need to keep moving forward. Ashe. So now we have this 3 and we want to give birth to it, right? We did the work. We went inward with the 7. We enforced it with the 5. We got the knowledge and wisdom and understanding. We literally went through the whole scientific method of the things, right? So of course we want to give birth to it. This is the year of 9. This is the year of Yasad, which is brought to us by 2025. 2 being wisdom, 0 being cipher, 5 being power, right? So with wisdom in our cipher and wisdom in our power, we came into the year of 9, giving birth with our solar plexus chakra, with our chokma, between our Jupiter and our soul. Jupiter, yeah, it is Jupiter. 2 is Jupiter, that's chokma, but that's the sacral chakra. So between our sacral chakra and our solar plexus chakra, the combination of the 2 is how we give birth this year. Okay, this is how we create in our Yasad, Yamoja, 9th Sephiroth energy, right? 9 also deals with Jupiter again coming into the Sagittarius house of exploration, foreign interaction, new beginnings. This is also a fire energy, right? And we have a lot of fire things going on. We started the year off. You know, some of you guys got to get a little pregame, whatever, what have you. So what we're going to do is we're going to put that energy of understanding. We're going to give birth to it. And when we give birth to it into the nines, what we get back is more knowledge and wisdom and understanding. So twice we get to go through the scientific method to get some level of understanding on our spiritual selves, our spirituality, and that's pretty cool. Today overall is a day of 3. Today is a day of understanding, expression, and communication. 3 is the Gemini house, right? This is community and communication, learning to be focused and flexible at the same time, you know, being tapped into, you know, different facets of self, having that ability to empathize, sympathize with other people around you, more so intellectually, because Gemini is air, and that's more so an intellectual realm of things, than it is emotional, which is what the water would do. So intellectually, you know, empathizing and sympathizing, being able to see from other people's point of views, having, you know, that sense of, you know, mindset. Anywho, 3 also deals with Bina. This is Saturn energy. This is our space of understanding. This is where we experience challenges that give us the strength to create the discipline, the boundaries, and the order. Also, resources and survival of self is key here for the 3. Expression and emotion is on the 3 for in a numerology realm of things too. Excuse me. So that's what we have there. Hey Roger, peace to everybody's tapping in. Happy day of 3, y'all. Happy Wednesday too. So that's pretty cool because Mercury or SU rules over Wednesday, but also rules over you know, the number 3 being Gemini energy. It rules over Gemini. Hey Fishy, hey Cheyenne, hey John, how y'all doing? Hey Roger. Jesus is a homie. Me and Jesus talk all the time. Me and Jesus turn to each other. I don't know what you're chatting about over there, but you got it. Anyway, let's get into the astrological, astronomical report. So today we start the day off with a 74% waxing gibbous moon. Moon rising at 3:26 p.m. and setting at 3:33 a.m. So we're still in that moon of building tangible things as we make our way to the full moon this weekend. We are in Virgo on the tropical and on the draconic chart. So mind and soul is on organizing, scheduling, management, habits, rituals, all that fun stuff. While our energy exchanges of things, we start off the day still in Leo. But by the end of the day, we'll be in Virgo all across the board. We are in the, because we started off the day at a 22-degree Leo. Where's my other one? Oh, okay. We are in the 11th lunar mansion, which is the Purva Falguni Nakshatra. Some positive traits being courageous, broad-minded, soft-spoken, and active. Some negative traits being impulsive, vain, and narcissistic, reckless, and vindictive. So be mindful of that, especially those of you guys who are Leo moons. Depending on what nakshatra you are in. But yeah, you guys watch out for that. Anyway, this is all happening in the 8th house. So transformations and empowerment is happening here with how you schedule yourself, how you organize. Virgo energy also deals with the energy of harvest. Also in a divine alignment, being on a day of 3 on a Wednesday, because Mercury, SU also rules over Virgo energy as well. So today's a heavy Mercurian day. I definitely advise you guys to tap into your Mercury placements. That's a big one for you guys. Sunrise 5:51 a.m. setting at 8 p.m. We are in Taurus on the tropical and Vedic, tropical and draconic. So mind and soul is on that balance between the mirrored material and emotional self, possessions, what you value and what you prioritize. We are at 22 degrees in the constellations. So new beginnings in our space. This is the second lunar mansion. We'll be here for about 4 more days. This is the Bharani Nakshatra. Some positive traits being ambitious, dutiful, courageous, loyal, artistic, and talented in our experiences, because the sun rules over our experiences, right? Some negative traits are being overburdened, reckless, fickle, stubborn, immoral, and hypersexual. So be mindful of that in your experience. The International Space Station is visible from 2:25 a.m. to 2:31 a.m., 3:59 a.m. to 4:09 a.m., 8:43 p.m. to 8:44 p.m. We are in the Camelopard Nautilus, which is like the desert area of the cosmos. This is the giraffe energy. To Centaurus. The moon geocentric ecliptical latitude is 0 and decreasing to descending node of orbit at 7:46 p.m. So you'll start to see the moon look like it's getting closer and closer to us down here. The moon is in opposition of the north node, so we have a little bond happening between the direction we should be moving towards spiritually, which is the Rahu, and our moon, our emotional self. So having an emotional connection to where we want to go. You might feel a pull or a tug today. Like, dang, I really don't want to be here. I feel like I'm somewhere else. I keep daydreaming about being somewhere else, doing something else, feeling something else. And the moon will be at 24 degrees Virgo zodiac in the 8th house, while the north node is at 24 degrees Pisces zodiac in the 2nd house of possessions and value. So that's the house that we'll be focused on. And the north node is possessions, value, which you prioritize as the Taurus house, while the moon is on empowerment. So empower yourself to get to, you know, where we want to be as spiritually as a collective. Mercury enters the Aries constellation today. So Mercury is entering in the events of new beginnings, being methodical, following in that Ogun energy in some of your spaces. Oh, I felt that yesterday because there was a few people that was getting on my nerves. I was trying so hard. I just had the scowl on all day yesterday. That must have been what it was. I got a lot of Virgo placements and some Gemini spots in there. But Mercury enters Aries constellation, so that warlike energy is definitely on the forefront. So be careful. Hug a Virgo, hug a Gemini today. This is a space of new beginnings. This is a space, like I said, being methodical. Aries rules over the gut. The gut controls the mind. So, you know, you people that have, you know, heavy Mercury in places, make sure you guys are doing the gut health things. You guys are taking care of yourself, working out, all that fun stuff like that. What else? The throat chakra being more combative, definitely. Abrupt happenings on your schedule, how you organize yourself, what you're teaching and what you're learning about. It might be some like abrupt things happening in the educational field. I believe that that's happening right now, right? Some new beginnings happening in the realms of education right now. Aries is being supported by, I believe Venus is already, well, no, this is the constellation, right? Okay, so the sun is later on, you know, and of course we'll have, you know, Mercury at dichotomy and doing the elongation with the sun eventually. Chiron is also over here, so Mercury will definitely be in alignment with Chiron today and tomorrow, because Chiron is at a 0 degree in the Aries constellation. Chiron is the asteroid that helps you transmute your wounds into strengths and the different ways you're going to do it. So some of you guys, old wounds may definitely resurface, be picked at, and that's for you to tap into your mercurial self and manage and organize yourself accordingly. And that's, I won't say that's pretty much it, but yeah, that's where we're at. You know, we're in the 3rd house of community and communication. So this Mercurian management and stuff like that, that's where it's going to go to. Some of you guys will be moving for educational purposes. Some of you guys creating schedules and routines to create new beginnings for your community. And Gemini community deals with people that, like, it's like your immediate, it's like your neighborhood and like the tribe, like the Tri-City area, something like that. That's all like what Gemini rules over. So while like Libra, because we're on a day of 7, rules over your interpersonal relationships, your one-on-one, Gemini is a little bit more expanded than that. It takes you out to your it takes you out to your community and your relatives. Siblings is a big one for Gemini as well. Grandparents, cousins, stuff like that. That's all that over there. The south face of Saturn's rings becomes sunlit for the first time in 15 years, especially because we're experiencing Saturn's equinox, which only happens once every 15 years because it takes Saturn 30 years to make a full turn around the sun. So that's fun. So for my sky watchers out there, if you want to catch those rings, you could definitely do that tonight. And we move in gratitude. So let me give you guys your reading. Today is going to be a short day because I got to get up out of here. But the overall theme for our reading is journey, which is in divine alignment with the numbers for today, with Mercury entering the Aries energy in the 3rd house. Is actually focused on Mercury and Uranus, progressive pushes, and our daily routine, our health and wellness, where we're going, where we're moving to. We love it here, and I love that it has a rainbow after the storm. So that's where it's at now. you know, we're at the rainbow after the storm. So there's this space of like the covenant, if you will, you know. Now let's move forward. Let's build anew. Let's, you know, do something different. Let's remember why the storm happened in the first place. You know what I'm saying? We have the Five of Cups. Five is usually not the funnest number, but five is the number of adventures. Going on adventures. We're in our spiritual realm of things. Some things that you're carrying on your back do not belong to you, because we're in a space of new beginnings and we're being progressively pushed. And like I said, Mercury is getting real close to Chiron today. Chiron's at a 0-degree Aries. Of course, Mercury is at a 0 degrees Aries today. So hopefully you guys get to work on this Five of Cups for you guys today, and take some of the load off as you walk into this next chapter of your life, because the things that you guys are holding on your back, there's no room for it. You don't need it anymore. Okay. We also have the Seven of Wands. It's in reverse, which is also cool because we're on day 7. But, you know, holding yourself back, you know, putting a muzzle on yourself, you know, we're not doing that. And you'll help yourself if you take this load off. A lot of you guys have blocked throat chakras. It seems like the people that's tuned in or was tuned in while I was shuffling the cards, you guys have blocked throat chakras. You're not really expressing yourself. Today's the day of 3. Today's the day of expression. Today is the day to do it. It is ruled by Mercury, which is all about community and communication. What parts of self to focus on during this time? You want to focus on the Queen of Coins. Ooh, the Pentacles. We love it here. And this is the combination of water and earth. Oh, and it has Bina highlighted. So you actually want to work on your 3, your sense of understanding today. What are you standing under? Now, for those of you guys who don't know, Bina is associated with Saturn. Saturn rules over the root chakra. So it's time to get to the root of the situation, of what you are, you know, attaching yourself to that makes you move the way you move. You know, certain challenges you guys have adopted as traumas and you won't let them go, and you keep repeating them, and you keep repeating them in your mind, and you think you deserve this because 20 years ago that happened, 15 years ago that happened, 3 months ago this happened, and you're not allowing yourself to walk into new cycles of your life because you keep holding on to other things. So why don't we go back to our Bina? Why don't we go back to our root of the things and do some cleaning up? You know what I'm saying? So we can take that muzzle off of our mouth, that Seven of Wands, because it's also putting a muzzle on our actions and the way that other people can support us if we speak up. And then Five of Cups, of course, is taking the load off your back. You know what I'm saying? Delegate some of that stuff. Sometimes you gotta delegate this stuff back to the universe. It's not always another human. Be mindful of trickery to the heart chakra. Equal opposite energy is always going to come. You know, it's always going to be somebody lurking in the shadows. That may be the test you guys get. If someone coming to pick a scab at your heart chakra and the things that you've been harboring, it's up to you to rise above all of that. I believe in you. Believe in yourself. You know what I mean? And also be mindful of traveling problems today too. Little issues. I know over here NJ Transit is tripping as we prepare for this this next strike with the transportation system. But leading up to the things of transportation, I've been tripping, so I really got to get out of here. But that's the reading that I got for you guys. You know, we're really walking into our new beginnings with our Mercury. Align your Mercury and your Uranus placement. Figure out where you personally, your personal progressive pushes are going to be coming from in your daily routine. The aspects between your Uranus and your Mercury will let you know if they're going to be harmonious or if you're going to get your ass beat, and you just gotta be like, okay, I see why I got my ass beat, it's okay. Like, you know what I mean? And then also look at the houses that they're in, because that's letting you know what part of your life, you know, that's the where in your life that this energy is progressively pushing you. You know what I'm saying? In the realms of education, communication, how you schedule yourself, your routine, your habits, your moral and integral code. I really hope you guys take this bind off your mouth and stop carrying all this weight on your back, because it does not belong to you. And again, if you guys do the root work, go back to your Bina, your sense of understanding, it will help you. Also, once again, don't let nobody come in and start picking at your heart chakra. People will come in and try to pick at some wounds, even some wounds you don't even realize that you have in your Bina. It's just like you automatically just get irritated when certain people do certain things, but you never put 1 and 1 to go to 3 to go to your Bina. So, you know, in this period of time, be mindful of that, and also ask yourself questions when people come around to trigger you. Like, why is that triggering me? Why does that get on my nerves? Why is that bothering me? You know what I'm saying? And I'll tell you, I was ahead of the game. I ain't even, you know, sometimes I don't think to look at my notes ahead of the game because I wrote these notes down months ago. I mean, like weeks ago. You know what I'm saying, when getting ready for the planetary forecast. So I was just like looking at this today and thinking about the the way I was getting irritated yesterday. It's like, okay, let me go back and really ask myself, like, why did those things irritate me? Like, why are these people getting on my nerves? Like, what is the root of all this? And I know what the root of all this is. I know I have a perfectionist side to me, and I just know some other things about myself too. We ain't gonna get into it, but y'all do the work. But that's what I got for you today. Happy Wednesday, y'all. I'll be back later on today because y'all know it's Wednesday, so it's Hump Day Wednesday. That means that we do readings, but we're not gonna do them right now. I'm gonna do them later. All right, peace, y'all. Make sure y'all like, comment, share, tell your friends that I exist. You know, it'll help so much.